Last Signal, or in Russia, Mira. So this is a Russian movie that I had never seen, but it came out a couple years ago, and it's about Mira, and it follows her and her family, and she comes from divorced parents and has, a stepbrother. So one day when they're at school, the dad, who's an astronaut, gets a signal that they're like, hey, there's going to be asteroids hitting Earth. Can we evacuate? And they're like, well, if you want to evacuate, you have to evacuate the whole Earth. This movie reminds me of San Andreas with The Rock and 2012 at the same time, but in one small located area. So they're in Russia, but when the meteors start hitting, she's escaping, she's getting out of the way, she's trying to, a couple helps her, their cat heals her. She's pretty much avoiding all this devastation until like one shockwave hits and she goes into a building and it shows in slow-mo and she jumps and everything just collapses and she's okay, but what the main story has to focus on now is she has to get her brother, and the brother is in the building that was focusing on the meteor shower that is now about to collapse, and it looks devastated and completely empty. And her dad's like, you should just go to the camp. And she's like, nope, I'm gonna go get my brother. So she goes there to the building, and I'm like, there's no way her brother's alive in this whole ass building that looks burnt to a crisp. And turns out he's alive. And he makes a joke because earlier in the movie he lost his tooth, and now he makes a joke and he's like, I lost my other tooth. And I laughed a little bit at that. But the rest of the movie basically is them trying to get out of this building before it collapses, and their father in space helping them get out, use the signal, contacting their mom. All of them are fine at the end. However, there are more meteors that do come down during the movie, and it causes a lot of devastation. And this is a movie that I would highly recommend if you don't mind watching it on dub, because it's on Fandango at home, and it's Russian. So unless you don't mind listening to Russian with subtitles, I had mine dubbed. So if you want to go watch it, go watch it. If you don't, you don't have to. I give it like a 3.5 out of 5. It's not that bad. I had never heard of the movie, mainly because I don't live in Russia. But go watch it. Fun movie.